You know that sound? It's Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Well, I'm a little early, 6:24. Better early than late, right? It's your boy, Rock77, PR77, giving it to you with 60 frames, no lag podcast. The only podcast I'm willing to do by myself. You know, sometimes I have a guest, you know what I'm saying? And when I have a guest, it's because I want, their opinions. I want different experiences. I want different conversations. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Um, Hold on, let me look at my Twitter because one of my boys Mark Woodland, one of my peeps. He's always listening to my podcast. You know what I'm saying? He has a question, so I'm gonna look out. Let me see what his question is because I'm gonna definitely, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely bring to what he got. Oh no! Oh yeah, yo, don't worry. Oh yeah, don't worry, Mark. I got you because I got you, Mark. This what I'm about. What he brings up, and I'm not gonna say it because you know what I'm saying. He sent a private message, but this goes along with the theme because we're gonna have a good conversation. We're gonna get something off my chest. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna get something off my chest. Hey, Mark, I got your message. That question falls perfectly in line with the topic. Everybody sees the topic, right? 60 Frames No Like Podcast, episode 11. 11 great episodes. You know what I'm saying? Accept the repercussions of being a fanboy. That's the conversation we need to have with fanboys. You know, and this applies to Sony guys. This applies to my fellow Sony guys. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't an Xbox specific. This is just straight fanboys. PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. Hell, if Apple makes a console, it applies to you. You know what I'm saying? This is no holds barred. Okay? All right? Let me tell you what's one of the big problems of this. Okay? And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this. It is hard being a neutral in YouTube. I'm going to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you. It's really hard. Like me, I consider neutral. Now, granted, I only play PlayStation. That's the only console I have. Do I plan to get an Xbox? Yeah, I plan to get an Xbox. When it has majority of the games I want and stuff I want, it's a gaming console. It's a piece of box that plays games. As long as that box ends up getting the games I want to play, I'm going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? I may not buy it now because I learned to balance when to get consoles. Because if you get a console too early, before it gets the games that you want, you tend to, you know what I'm saying? You tend to ignore it. You know what I mean? You tend to, or you tend to get a bad taste behind it. You know what I'm saying? Okay? But either way, it's just a box that plays games at the end of the day. All this talk about, of course we'll do our little knickknacks and little pot shots, but at the end of the day, it's just a damn box with a controller in real, okay? All right? But I will tell you, it is hard being a neutral gamer, or it's hard. And what I mean by hard, I don't mean emotionally. What I mean is your channel grows slow because you're not providing controversy. Fanboy channels tend to go faster in gaming and gaming YouTube as compared to neutral channels. You know what I'm saying? All right. So people find success on YouTube. People find success getting followers on Twitter when you pick a side and you go hard on that. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're an Xbox fanboy or a PlayStation fanboy or a PC fanboy, you're going to find more success as compared to somebody who's not trying to ruffle feathers. You know, let's be honest. Lots of YouTubers want to ruffle feathers. They want that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. That's just how the game is. You know, gamers love the strife. They love the competitiveness. They love the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of gamers, I would say some gamers have more fun talking shit on YouTube than they do gaming. Let's just be honest. That's just the reality of this. You know what I'm saying? Fanboy channels grow. And you know what? I'm going to be real right now. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's all right. That's okay. If you want to go fanboy on your channel, go fanboy on your channel. It's not like we're talking about politics. We're not talking about Boko Haram kidnapping children in Africa. This is what the video game journalism is, a fake industry. What the hell is a video game journalism in the first place? What are you reporting? What are you reporting that's so important? The only thing you do is you make a videos, a couple of make a comments about a game, and we either buy or don't buy it. No one's gonna die over it. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to fanboy and do the drama, fine. This is America. This is the free world. You know, first world problems. Go on your channel, fanboy out, say the most ridiculous shit that you want to say, and get a successful channel. Build your channel on the back of drama, because people are attracted to that. If people weren't attracted to drama, they wouldn't have like these crazy real life TV shows like Love and Hip Hop and the Kardashians. Look at the Kardashians. They just live a life of drama. That doesn't even make sense. These people are rich as hell. Why do they even have drama in the first place? Who has all that money and have that much drama? And then display it on TV. It's because that's what people want to see. They love the fight. They love the drama. They love the bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? I could easily be the mooch of the PlayStation families. I could fanboy out. It's not hard. Y'all don't believe me? Who thinks they don't believe me? Does anybody right now? I got two people, Mr. Official VG. Listen while at the gym. That's right. Get your workout on. Mark Woodland. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you stopping by. Do you want to see me the next 2 minutes act like mooch? But this time for the PlayStation. You want to see fanboy mode? Let me know. Type it in. This is just a test. Dr. Joe was good. Please don't. He's saying please don't. My man. What's going on, Dr. Joe? AKA Crazy Monkey. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm glad. Yo, Crazy Monkey, Dr. Joe, yo, Mark. Look in the chat. Dr. Joe, I'm gonna let you know. Stone Gamer say yes. Okay, so let me give you a little state. So that dude, Dr. Joe, right? Talk to him. Because I was a PS3 fanboy back in our days. Was I not, Crazy Monkey? This is when the PS3 was shitting, and I was one of the few people defending that console in a forum called System Wars. Remember those days? With the cell and all that shit? Yo, we have fun. But I will say this, back in those days, System Wars was a family. So we talk shit about the Nintendo Wii, we talk shit about Xbox, we talk shit about PS3, but when all that shit aside, we all play games together. We would play Halo, or we would play Uncharted. We just play games together. But in the forums, we would talk some shit. So I got skills. Being in System Wars, I got skills. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ask again. Y'all want to see me act like mooch for the next 2 minutes? I'm gonna put out my old school shit. So for the next 2 minutes, I'm gonna go mooch, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to act ridiculous. Okay? I'm gonna act mooch. All right? We're gonna call this shit fucking. Right? He has the Crossfire podcast. I don't know. Make up some weird shit. Let's pretend whatever. Some fake podcast. I'll do it. Right? Ready? Here we go. Ladies, wait, I gotta do them the shitty sound effects that they use. Hold on, let me get them crappy sound effects that they use. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my fanboy show. This is your host, Porter Rock 77. And today I want to talk about how Microsoft is completely embarrassed of Gears of War. It is a failure of a game. They don't even talk about it. Like, Xbox community is talking about the sales of Titanfall. Like, hello, your game's been out for 3 weeks, and Microsoft has said nothing. Nothing. Even with Halo, within the first week, they talk about how it made $400 million. How much money did Gears of War make? You're selling a $450 console, and you telling me you can't talk about not one thing it's done? Nobody's talking about it. Hell, you look at an Xbox podcast and they're talking about PlayStation VR. Gears of War is a failure. It's rated at 84 Metacritic. That means that broke-ass company couldn't even get a bonus. Because we all know you have to score an 85 on Metacritic to get a bonus. That's how terrible the game is. Nobody wants to play it. You know what I'm saying? The biggest thing about Xbox One S is movies. That's all I hear. It has a 4K player, it has a 4K movie player. Well, go ahead. If that's what you want to do, watch movies, because that's really what that piece of shit is worth. That piece of shit is so bad that it won MPD in September, but still sold less games. You had 2 exclusives. One of them, Rico, only selling 50,000 physical copies. Yeah. Xbox Gaming, right? Yeah. And then you have Forza, which, what rank did it? What was it? What ranked 9? Who the fuck ranks 9? A top killer franchise ranking 9? Imagine if Gran Turismo ranked 9 on its initial launch. Imagine if Uncharted ranked 9. It would be a failure. It is a complete disaster. The biggest thing that Microsoft has done is sold you movies. They tried to sell you TV, and now once again they're trying to sell you movie. Microsoft, when are you going to sell us the games? When are real games coming out? Not this annual Forza. It's not like Call of Duty. Call of Duty, at least, is fun. You get to shoot people. What do I do in Forza? What I'm going to do? I'm just going to make left turns for 4 hours? Because that's what you really do in Forza. Make a left turn. Make a left turn. Ooh, I passed another douchebag because he made a wrong left turn. Ooh, that is just great. Gee, sign me up. I can't wait to play Scorpio so I can make left turns in native 4K. Yay! Hey, that's just fantastic, Phil Spencer. Let me make left turns for 4 hours in 4K. Gee, Xbox is the best box. And then I'm done. I'm done ranting. I'm done ranting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you tuned in late, that was just me doing my 2 minutes of fanboying. You see, it's not that hard. I could take any scenario. You understand what I'm saying? I could take any scenario and exaggerate on the Xbox. I could take any scenario. You understand what I'm saying? And my boy Dr. Joe, right there, my man put the little K. He knows I know how to take information. We were doing that shit on the regular on System Wars. On the regular. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it was just fun. And it was contained in our forums. And we were a bunch of brothers and sisters that would just play games, but we would just talk shit. So I know how to talk shit. Okay? That's completely different than YouTube. And I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's don't game of prices, bro. I make a good mooch, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got more. I mean, I could talk a lot of shit about Xbox. I could talk some infinite shit. I could go ham on this product. You know what I'm saying? I could act retarded. You know what I'm saying? And if I did, granted, probably guys like Mark Lloydland wouldn't respect me and I would lose on his fan. But I guarantee my channel would be more popular with the wrong people, but it would be more popular. Now, here's the point. If you fanboy and you enjoy that popularity and your channel's blowing up, you're getting the subscribers, you're getting the followers on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? If you do those things, you have to accept the repercussions behind that choice. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the problem with some of these fanboys. You know what I'm saying? It's as if they don't want to admit they're fanboys. They get this huge following, right? But they don't want to accept the repercussions behind it. And I'm going to call out some things. I'm going to call out some things. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to do both. I'm going to be fair. All right? And in fact, to be fair, I'm going to start out with Sony. I'm going to start out with the PlayStation fanboys. You understand what I'm saying? Mark Cerny pushed out 8.4 teraflops based on some trickery, right? And the PlayStation fanboys runs with it, despite the fact we were the same group that bashed Xbox One owners for hyping the X12. You see what I'm saying? That's not logical. That's fanboy. And if that's what you want to do, fine, do that. Go with the controversy. Talk your shit about 8.4. Do that shit. Have fun. But don't get mad when people call you bullshit. That's the repercussion you have to pay. That's the price you have to pay for success. On the flip side, you understand what I'm saying? And I'll use Microsoft. I'll use Crack Gamer example. For months, he's been bashing VR. No one wants to play with that. No one wants that thing on their head for an hour and a half. But as soon as Microsoft released their $299 VR, now he's like, oh, I think it'll be pretty cool to watch a movie. Last I checked, a movie's like an hour and a half. You just said for months you don't want that thing on your head, but now you do when Microsoft makes it. And you wonder why people look at you like an idiot or like a fanboy. Accept who you are. and things will be okay. You understand what I'm saying? Recently, Mooch has been getting hammered, even by Phil Spencer. If you don't know, Phil Spencer said he don't follow Mooch because he's gone ridiculous. He's gone way left field. So now Mooch has his Twitter protected, meaning unless you follow him and he accepts it, no one can see his tweets. So he's hiding the shit he says. When you have to hide what you say on the internet, chances are you're saying the dumb shit. But you know what? If you're saying dumb shit and that's what's making you successful, that's the shit that you want to do, then accept it. Be the bad guy. Be the one guy everybody hates. That's what you want. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Just do it. You understand what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm not that dude. What you just saw, what I did for that little brief 2-minute period, I can't be that. You understand what I'm saying? I can't be that. That's just not me. Regardless of how successful it can make my channel or how fast it can make it grow, that's not me. You understand what I'm saying? I can't put my face out there and say ridiculous shit. Because one, I don't really believe in half the shit. I don't believe in the bullshit. I'm a moderate dude, you know? Do I make a mistake? I mean, not so much. Do I talk about topics that need to be talked about? Of course. But I don't do it with the intent of hurting people's feelings or to ruffle feathers or to start arguments or, you know, just to flip the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I just don't do that. If we talk a serious topic, let's talk a serious topic. You know what I'm saying? If we need to bring up mistakes, we need to bring up mistakes. I call bullshit on 8.4 teraflops just as fast as I'll call bullshit on something with Microsoft, just as fresh as I'll call bullshit on Nintendo. It just is. That's just me. I call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, some of these fanboys enjoy the success of what they're doing, but they don't want none of the repercussions behind it. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want none of the backlash of what they do. That's the issue that they have. You understand what I'm saying? All right? Okay? Now I'm going to give you one example. Shout out to my boy K Mega. You know what I'm saying? He became whatchamacallit. He's part of BGST now. All right? And stuff like that. And he's heading down that road of, you know what I'm saying, of that extreme thing. But he don't realize it's going to bite him in the ass. You understand what I'm saying? If you say extreme shit and you say it as a joke, cool. If you know you're doing it for fanboyism, this is why I give props to Zaire. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, Zaire's a fanboy, whatever, but he knows this shit. Okay? He knows this. He knows his fanboyism behind Xbox provides entertainment. It brings the views in his channel. Okay? He knows this. But at the end of the day, if you ask that man, hey, which game would you rather play, God of War or Halo? He will tell you God of War any day of the week. You don't think Zaire's going to get the PlayStation Pro? He's going to get the PlayStation Pro, and he can't wait to play God of War. He doesn't give a fuck. He will play whatever. But on his channels, on his podcast, he will enforce the fanboy narrative. Why? Because that's what's making him successful. That's what's bringing the views. He knows this. He's not an idiot. Mooch, on the other hand, a crack gamer, I don't know what they're doing. You understand what I'm saying? If they don't realize they're on the extreme end of the scale and they think they're being genuine in what they're saying, they got issues. You know what I'm saying? They should just realize that they're extreme fanboys saying extreme shit, and that's okay. It's entertainment. It's YouTube. Just entertain. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. When you watch guys like that, and there's PlayStation fanboys like JTech TV, when you watch an extreme fanboy on YouTube, if you dedicate yourself to watching these extreme channels, you're really one of two types of people. You understand what I'm saying? The first type of person, you're the one that loves getting your ego stroked. You love the product. You love hearing other people talk your product in such an extreme good like. And as far as a competing product, you love hearing it being put down. So that's why you tune into like a crack gamer or to Moose Channel BGST. Because that's what you like. Okay? That's the first group. The second group is you like the competing product, but you enjoy hearing the controversial bullshit so you can argue. So you could go on Twitter and you can let people know these guys are idiots. You enjoy the controversy. You enjoy the conflict. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like liberals who listen to Fox News or conservatives that listen to MSNBC. They love hearing the bullshit the other side speaks, and they want to go on Twitter or onto the comment section and try to prove them wrong. They love to fight. They love to argue. Those are the two groups of people that that enjoy those channels. But if you're what I say group 3, you're going to a channel to learn, to get educated. Those are not the channel. Don't do it, because you're gonna learn the wrong things. You are learning the wrong things. Those are extremist channels that will hype up their product, the product that they like, to the highest levels of glory, and then the competing product, they're gonna make it look like the most loneliest piece of shit that has ever been released. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how it is. That's just the reality of the stuff. That's how these channels go. You understand? And the sad thing is, these channels get success. Extreme fanboyism brings in audiences. You know, it's like watching a catastrophe. Everybody loves a disaster. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell will watch the Titanic if that ship never sank? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody want to watch that fucking shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to watch the goddamn Titanic movie. You know what I'm saying? People love disaster movies. You know what I'm saying? People love disaster. They love the conflict. And that's what attracts. I can't be that. You know what I'm saying? Because one, I don't believe myself when I say the shit. And two, I can't live with the repercussions. I don't want people to know me as that. You know what I'm saying? You know? This is live. This is YouTube. Once you say your stuff on a recorded podcast and you put that shit out there, it's out there forever. It ain't going away. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to create this persona or fake persona. This is just me. I'm just a dude who likes video games and is enjoying interacting with other video gamers. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's all it really is. You know what I'm saying? I love the conversations. I love talking with people about games. You know what I'm saying? It's probably one of my favorite topics to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I love to play games and all that shit. And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to go fanboy out. But those that do, cool. Fanboy out. But know who you are. Don't get butthurt when people put you in a box of fanboy. That's who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of it. You know? Some people believe their own bullshit. And I don't understand. Like, here's the big one. And let's just be honest. The fanboy channels truly believe, some of these fanboy channels truly believe PlayStation's in trouble. Let's just say that. They believe that Sony lost the momentum and they're done. Here's my question. How? How are they done? They just reported that they sold 47 million units. The truth is, they can't be done. There's nothing anyone could do. You know what I'm saying? It's cool that Microsoft is getting more successful with Xbox One, but that doesn't mean Sony's done. That doesn't mean the PlayStation brand is dead. It's not. It's the console leading, it's the market leading console. It's the console that sells the most games. Hell, they just got the marketing rights to one of the biggest games of 2017, Red Dead Redemption. There's nothing Microsoft could do. That Xbox One get more success. That's cool. That's more for the industry. That's me. You know what I'm saying? I have no issues. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I have no issues with Xbox One being more successful. You know what I'm saying? My boy Dr. Joe, yeah, their lead's already massive this gen. They're fine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to do much anymore. Microsoft could win every MPD from here on out. It's not going to change a damn thing. It's pretty much done. Everything's set in stone. The only thing that can happen is the industry gets better with more Xbox One sales. And the people who benefit the most is third party. They're the ones that's going to benefit the most because they're selling shitloads of games on the PS4. They're going to end up selling more games on the Xbox One. Everybody wins. No one's going to be missing out on games. Sony's going to still make their exclusives. Microsoft's going to make their exclusives. They're all going to get multi-plat. That's it. It's a done deal. Xbox One S, Scorpio releasing is not going to stop me from playing the new God of War. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Xbox One S or Scorpio is not going to stop me from playing Spider-Man when it comes out. Hell, what you would call it? Let me explain something. Let me break something down. Okay? Let me show you. Let me show you the next like 2 or 3 months of PlayStation games. All right, let me show you how ridiculous. Let's see if I still have this. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Where are you? I'm saying, where are you? Where are you? Man, did I delete that photo? Man, I think I did. Let me tell you. In the next couple of months, right? PlayStation, you got The Last Guardian come out December, and of course, I know in the serious thing. Oh, that game's been 10 years delayed. I don't care. And you know, Dr. Joe, Dr. Joe loves T. Michael, right? Right, crazy. We finally getting, you know what I'm saying? We finally getting what you call it, a T. Michael game. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the game. That's me. I'm cool. That's December. January, Yakuza's coming out. And I'm just naming exclusives because, of course, Resident Evil is coming out, and I gotta play that game too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just the reality. Um, but The Last Guardian's coming out, right? February, there's Horizon. That game is coming out. Neo is also coming out in February. Neo Automa. In March, MLB 17 is coming out. And I'm not even bringing up multiplats. So, so within this 3 month period, 4 month period, there's a shitload of games coming out. So I'm good. Xbox could sell through the roof. That doesn't change what I'm going to do as a PlayStation gamer. But else, Xbox selling better is going to be good for a third party. It's going to allow them to sell more games. That's it. Nothing more else needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? I could fanboy out and talk shit and say the only reason why it's selling is because of a Blu-ray player. That's why it's not selling games. That's why Forza is only charted at number 9. That's why Microsoft's not talking about Gears of War sale. That's why Sony sold more so far in September. I could easily go ham on my channel and just make mad videos of Xbox bashing. Just stretching out the truth, stretching out information, just going crazy. You know what I'm saying? With video after video. You know what I'm saying? But that's not me. I can't build my success on that mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's not the persona that I want. All right. To finish this off, Crab tweeted a joke. Now it's official. It's a joke. But Crab tweeted a joke on Twitter. And I'm gonna tell you what that joke is. Give me a second. He made a tweet, Crab Gamer. He said, "Let's all celebrate. If we get lucky, Respawn will close down." So when I saw that tweet, I was like, "What the fuck? Like, is this dude serious?" You know what I'm saying? And then that's when this whole fanboy talked about Mooch and BGST, and everything's gone crazy. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's like, "Yo, Puerto Rock, I know you don't watch BGST, but you gotta watch the one on Sunday. That shit is wild." So I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna watch BGST, Biggest Game of Small Talk." You know what I'm saying? And on that podcast, Crab Gamer actually defended Titanfall 2. He loves it. He feels it's the best shootout now, better than Battlefield. He genuinely believes it. He was going toe to toe with Mooch. Mooch and K-Mega were the ones that extreme. And we're going to talk about them too, what they're talking about. But Crab Gamer defended it. And I was like, holy shit, Crab Gamer actually loves Titanfall. He bought it. He's playing the shit out of it. He likes it better than Battlefield. So how does a tweet get so rapidly accepted? Like, hey, this is a normal Crab Gamer tweet. It's because that's the persona he created. The persona he created with the constant fanboy videos, you know what I'm saying? That he does over and over. He created a character that when he tweets, "Let's all celebrate. If we get lucky, Respawn will close down," people believe he's genuine with that opinion. Because that's the type of character he built. You know what I'm saying? So he can't be mad that gamers misunderstood him or they didn't realize it was just a joke. Bro, that's the type of character you created. You have to accept that repercussion. You're not going to get people to give you the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? That's just not going to happen. You created this character. You're going to have to live and die by it. That's it. If that's the character that got you 25,000 subscribers and made your channel super successful, bro, deal with it. That's who you are. Just run with it. Get the hate. You know what I'm saying? Good publicity, bad publicity, it's still publicity. Get all the haters, get all the people that love you. Just deal with all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like wrestling, professional wrestling, WWE. You gotta have a bad guy, and everybody's gonna boo you. But guess what? You're popular as hit. Everybody's gonna know your name. That's it. Just deal with this, okay? Now, back to a topic that I gotta talk: the Titanfall 2 thing. Many people are saying karma's a bitch, or I'm not getting the game out of principle. What principle? Some of these dudes feel that Vincent Pella and Respawn talk shit about them. Like, bro, listen. When I bought my PS4, I didn't buy it with the intent of worrying about Sony marketing or Sony's business strategy. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna stop me from playing games. And I will, and I will give you proof right now. Because Crazy Monkey, you know what I'm saying? AKA Dr. Joe, he was in System Wars, right? And he could back me up on this. During the early days of System Wars, 2007, Gabe Newell thrashed the PS3. That man said the PS3 is a disaster. Sony should just do over. Stop making it. Don't force the developers to use the cell architecture, which nobody wants to make games for, and just create a new console. You know what I'm saying? That dude thrashed the PS3. Thrashed it. Gabe Newell. You know what I'm saying? Crazy what he did. He did some crazy shit. Put PlayStation under the bus. You know what I'm saying? And this was when, Half-Life 2 was at its highest point and he was the man. That dude, if you don't believe me, if you think I'm bullshitting, go to Google right now. You know what I'm saying? Type Gabe Newell. Let me see. Let me type it for you. So that way, I'll get you a second. Let me type. Gabe Newell, PS3 is a disaster. That's why I type in Google. Okay? Yep. The very first link. PS3 is a total disaster. News from 1UP. Click the first link. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see a 1UP article. Right? And then you'll see right there. Just type that in Google right now. So you can read it yourself. Dr. Joe, this is all true. Remember that? Remember how the Xbox was just killing us with that article? Oh my God. The Xbox fanboys and System Wars was destroying. Yo, it was a rough 2-3 years for a PS3 fan. Yo, our multi-plats ran like shit. None of our games was getting AAA scores at GameSpot. We were playing shit like Resistance while you guys had Gears of War. Yo, it was bad. That form, but shit turned around once, Metal Gear came, Infamous came. Those first 2 years sucked. Yo, them shits were horrible. Everybody was rocking, and in the forum, you were able to color your name. So if your name was blue, you were obviously a PlayStation fan. If your name was green, and Nintendo fans was red, and PC was like orange. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we were getting murdered. So anyway, that's how I remember about all this fanboy stuff. But anyway, so Gabe Newell crushed the PS3. But when he made the orange box, guess who bought it? I bought it. You know what I'm saying? Portal, dope ass game. I don't give a shit what the guy says. Because at the end of the day, my console is a box that plays games. A console with no games, or if you don't put games in that console, is useless. It doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? That's just crazy. Don't worry about what disc or what, these guys, these Xbox dudes were complaining about marketing rights that they have no idea what the marketing rights is. And a shout out, I'll give Tim Doe props on that BGT podcast, because he said on that podcast, we don't know what the marketing rights is or what does it entail. You know what I'm saying? It's true. You're worried about something that has nothing to do with you. Just buy the damn game and play it. If you don't want to play it because you are more interested in other games, that's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? If you're more interested in Battlefield, because I would admit, Respawn and EA kind of fucked up releasing that game. Now they should have released it in February or March. I understand March has, Mass Effect Andromeda, but at the very least they could have released. I would say at least release Titanfall in December because December has no shooter whatsoever. In fact, the only game I could think of in December is Team Ico and Dead Rising 4, maybe. But other than that, Titanfall I think would have done fine because at my point, Battlefield would have had October. Call of Duty will have November. You understand what I'm saying? Because it comes out this Friday, whatever, or for people who already have it. That's like 4 weeks. And then, Titanfall will be the new shooter, will be the new. You understand what I'm saying? My man, that could be a whole other topic. Gamers getting butthurt and thinking they have to protest. Shit. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. What are you protesting? Your console's meant to play games. If you want the game, buy it. There's only one reason. Well, there's only really the only justifiable reason not to get a game is when you don't have the money. 2, you want to play something else, or 3, you just don't like the game. That's it. Leave all that corporate shit for whatever. Don't get involved. You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't make sense. And then to go on Twitter and say shit like karma's a bitch, whatever. Hey, you're just doing that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're enhancing that fanboy image. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you another form of fanboys. Here's the thing. We're going to talk about droughts. We're going to talk about droughts from a neutral, how droughts is perceived by an Xbox fanboy, and how droughts is perceived from a PlayStation fanboy. If you're a neutral, if you're not a fanboy, because you own a PC, you own an Xbox, you own a Wii U, you own a PlayStation 4, you own all consoles and all platforms, you game on everything, and you want to, show videos, to talk about topics, because you want to inform the gamer. You know what I'm saying? You want to educate gamers. That's all you're trying to do, right? And you come out and say, hey, PlayStation has a holiday drought. They don't release a lot of games every holiday, leaving the fan base dry during the holidays, leaving the fan base to only rely on multiplats. But if you were neutral, you will also cover that, hey, during the beginning parts of the year, Microsoft leaves their Xbox fan base dry. There's hardly any games, hardly anything to play, hardly any exclusives. That's a neutral. That's just a game who plays on all platforms and sees the deficiency on both platforms. You understand? They see the drought on the holidays for one platform, but they also see the droughts during the beginning of the year and halfway through the year on another platform because they play on both. They realize during the beginning of the year, I'm not really playing my Xbox because there's really hardly anything to play. But towards the end of the year, you're hardly playing your PS4 because, again, there's nothing hardly to play. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a gamer that plays on all platforms. That's just a gamer, you understand what I'm saying? That's neutral and just calling it what it is. But if you're a gamer that calls out PlayStation for not having games in the holidays, but you don't say nothing about Xbox drought in the beginning of the year, you're an Xbox fanboy. If you're a PlayStation cat that talks about Xbox drought in the beginning of the year, but you don't say anything about Sony and how they don't do well, they delay the games, that leaves you little to nothing during the holiday season towards the end of the year, you're a PlayStation fanboy. That's just it. Simple concept. All you gotta do is look at your own channel and check to see what you say. If you have videos, you know what I'm saying, just geared towards one console, always shitting on one console, despite the fact that the other console has issues too, you're a fanboy for that console. And you know what? That's okay. If that's what you want to do, if that's what makes your channel successful, if that's what attracts people to your channel, that controversy, do it. Scorch said Porter hates Xbox and wants Xbox to burn. He wants PlayStation to be sole ruler. No, hell no. Fucking Scorch. Get out of here. Let me tell you something. I will tell you this. Let me tell you a little bit of truth about me. You know what I'm saying? Xbox made PlayStation better because of the online. Because PS2 online was fucking terrible. It was a disaster. Sure, you could play games online, but you needed a username and password for every company. You need a username and password for EA. You needed a username and password for Ubisoft. You need a username and password for Sony. You need a username and password for Capcom, and none of them merged. Any friend I made in any of those games couldn't cross. You understand what I'm saying? So the friends I would make on EA games like Madden and NBA Live, I couldn't play, Ghost Recon with them. I couldn't play SOCOM with them because it was all totally different accounts. You understand what I'm saying? So Xbox made PlayStation better. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I always troll Porco, of course. You understand what I'm saying? No, he's trolling me. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care. Listen, let me tell you, listen. There's nothing wrong with another product being better than the product you prefer. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. Last gen, I loved my PS3. Despite the fact that the 360 was a console of the generation at that time. It sold more software. It did things more right in the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? But that's okay. It doesn't take away from my console. It doesn't. So a lot of you are Xbox fans. You love your Xbox One. Did PlayStation outselling Xbox over the last 2 years really took away from your console? It really didn't. If anything, it was Don Matrick that fucked up your console with his bullshit. He almost killed the Xbox brand trying to force connect and make everybody watch TV and connect to the cable, which that's not what Xbox is about. It has nothing to do with that. He was more of a threat to the Xbox brand than any freaking console fanboy or console sales. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to change nothing. You guys are good. We're all good. Listen, we are all good as gamers. From here on out, regardless of what we argue. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I pop a little shit specifically to certain people? Shout out to Archangel, shout out to Xbox Junkie, shout out to K Mega. I talk a little shit, you know what I'm saying? Just having fun. But in reality, we're all just going to get what we're going to get. We're going to get great games. We all got great support. And we all got these new console refreshes that's going to improve the graphics of games. What's the problem? Who's dying? You understand what I'm saying? Who's screwing up? Who's gonna go away in the industry? You understand what I'm saying? Nobody. Nothing's gonna change. You guys are gonna get your Halos. You're gonna get Halo Wars. You're gonna get Scalebound. Gonna get Cuphead, and some new. You're gonna get what's the other one? That zombie game. You're gonna get the sequel to it. I forgot the game. They announced it at E3. You're gonna get all those games. PlayStation. We're gonna get a God of War. We're gonna get the new Spider-Man. We're gonna get new Kojima's game. You know what I'm saying? Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Yakuza, Horizon Zero Dawn. Naughty Dog is making The Last of Us 2. Everything's fine. You know what I'm saying? Everything's fine. Everything's State of Decay. Yeah, State of Decay 2. You getting that? Everybody's good. We all living. We all kicking. If anything, we just that's it. We're good. Everything is just settled now. Of course, you're gonna get the fanboys talk war. That's what they do. People want the strife. People want the controversy. I get it. They love to talk shit. If PlayStation wins MPD November, Sony fans are gonna talk shit. It's all good. You understand what I'm saying? But in the end, nothing's gonna change. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing's gonna change. We're in the cycle. This is the 3-year mark. And the 3-year mark is when these companies start really pushing games. You understand what I'm saying? Because everything they have planned, everything they've been developed has finally been done. And now you're going to see just an avalanche, a complete cycle of just more games coming from first party and third party. You understand what I'm saying? It's all good. We're all good. You understand what I'm saying? Sure, we'll talk about little topics. We'll have our little arguments here and there. But that's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're going to do. That's just the real deal. Right? But that's what I had to get off my chest. Okay? Now, some of you, if you're just tuning in, please go back and watch the podcast for in the beginning, because you're going to see my 2 minutes of me pretending that I'm Mooch for representing, PlayStation and just completely going fanboy over the Xbox, just so you can see that I could do that too. If I wanted this channel to be a fanboy, crazy, extreme channel, just talking shit about the Xbox, I gave you a little taste of it, that I could do that, but I won't, because that's not the persona that I want. That's not me. I don't want that controversy. I don't even really believe what I said. I just said it just because, you know what I'm saying? That's not it. I want this to be more interactive. I want to be a little bit more serious with the topics that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the hobby. That's it. My days of System Wars is over. You know, me and Crazy Monkey, we're just old dogs. You know, this is a young man's game. You understand what I'm saying? Our time is gone, you know. But I want to use YouTube just to interact with cool dudes. You know, my channel is not a big channel. You understand what I'm saying? Um, what you call it? It's not a big channel at all, you know, but it's growing little by little. And I would like to say the people who watch this usually is a good blend of gamers. Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, we just talk about games and we don't see that much fanboyism. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to create that environment. I'm not trying to create that hostile environment. You understand? Because I'm not creating that hostile environment, it's a slow growth, but you know what? It's good growth. I'll take my time and let my channel grow right, little by little, subscriber by subscriber, you know, little by little. And I'm cool with that. Because if the channel ever does get big, it's going to get big off the backs of just a good, huge group of gamers that get it. You understand what I'm saying? But if some of you enjoy that controversy, hey, I'm not knocking, I'm not judging any of you. You know, because it could be entertaining. Sometimes you hear some wild shit that just makes you want to laugh, like you really laugh. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh man, this motherfucker is crazy. Like, yo, what is wrong with you? What is he saying? And then you go on Twitter and you be like, yo, this dude is nuts. Look what this dude is saying. And people enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. You know, I mean, if people could watch Love and Hip Hop and all that crap, if people could watch the Jersey Shore, then why can't people enjoy a fanboy channel on YouTube? You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. That's just how it is. People just love the comedy behind the fanboyism. People love to see a disaster. You understand what I'm saying? If politics could do it, yo, you go on Fox News, they fanboy over politics. Goddamn Fox News and CNBC say some wild shit, like some wild fanboy shit on actual shit that matters. And I'm not saying gaming don't matter, but when you talk about voters' rights, Black Lives Matters, gun rights, voting rights, you talk about, you know, abortions and all these real serious topics that affects lives, you got people with college education fanboying on TV. You know what I'm saying? And this is real topics. So if they could do it on real world topics that affect our culture, that affects our society, then there's nothing wrong with fanboying on YouTube. It's entertainment. That's it. Just remember, people could come and say, hey, PlayStation doesn't have shit to buy, nothing. They could talk shit. They could say it's the worst console in the world. But at the end of the day, when I walk into Best Buy or walk into GameSpot or I walk into Target, wherever I go to buy games, no one's there with me. I'm there by myself and I buy what I want to buy. I enjoy what I want to enjoy. And I put the disc in or I go to the digital store and download it and I'm enjoying the game. And there's nobody there screwing it up for me. You know what I'm saying? PSN ID, I play, I enjoy, and that's it. And I'm sure each and every one of you is the same way. You don't go online and ask for permission to buy a game from anybody on your Twitter account or YouTube. You do that shit yourself. You go yourself, you get the game you want, and you play it. You know what I'm saying? No. But if you want to participate, that's cool. There's not knocking you. Participate, talk your shit, tweet, go in the comment sections, you know. It's just funny though when you say your opinion, then people want to block you because you're saying your opinion. You know what I'm saying? They could dish it, but they can't take it. You know what I'm saying? I don't play games. I'm not a nerd. Fucking scored, bro. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's about an hour podcast, so I'm about to cut it. But before I go, what do you think about reviews, Rock? What I think about reviews, I will say this. Okay, that's a good question because you just hit something. Because every day in Dr. Joe, every time I finish my podcast, I want to finish off with questions from, you know, everybody in the chat. Because I feel that if you're willing to take your time to hear me out live, I think, you know, it's cool, you know, just knock out some questions. Especially, you know, I can't read every news. You know, sometimes you guys are in the latest or you want an opinion, son. So I'm cool with that. So I'll start out with Lydio. He says, what do I think about reviews? I use reviews. This is how I look at reviews. I don't really look at the score so much. You understand? The score gives me an idea that there's a problem with the review, but I read the reviews. But I don't just read one. I read multiple reviews. Okay. And the reason why I read multiple reviews, I'm looking for key phrases that's repeated. You understand? If multiple reviews talk about frame rate problems or crashing, then chances are the game's glitchy. If multiple reviews talk about lackluster platforming mechanics or lackluster shooting, and it's a repetitive, if you know, I look for things that are common among reviews because every review is an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, a review is just one guy's opinion, and he has his own specific taste. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? But some opinions can be based on fact. If multiple reviews, 10 or 20 or 30 reviewers, are saying every time I play, the game crashes, or I got stuck and I had to restart, and you read another review, says similar stuff, and you read another review, says similar stuff, and that just keeps repeating, at a certain point, you got to be like, you know what? All these different people are saying the same thing. That's what I look for. I don't really care if a guy says, you know, this game's not really fun, or yeah, this game is very fun, because that's an opinion. That's not tangible. There's no way I could there's no way I could relate to a reviewer who says a game is fun or not fun. I try to look for things that are tangible and common. You know, if they're all talking about technical issues, if they're all talking about frame rate, its build, or its length, you know what I'm saying? Those are the things I talk about. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things I look in the review. You understand? What I like about this gen is Twitch or streamers. I'm gonna tell you that shit is awesome because when I want to be interested in a game, I go to Twitch or I go on the PlayStation Live and look at what you call it. I look at those streams and I just sit there and watch. And I'll be like, okay, you know what? I like that. So I look at a lot of streams for games that I particularly interested in. Scourge, what's my credit card number? Let me type it right now. I'll let you run right now. And the security code is there you go, bro. Hey. All right. Here we go. Let me get another question. He said fake. You think? Here goes, hey. PR says, so do you think Sony will go down in the future? If you do, what do you think will happen to PlayStation brand? Are you worried about Sony's financials? Okay, good questions. Good questions. Sony's financials. All right, in fact, it's funny that gamers are asking that question. See, this is what happens when you can't go to these fanboy channels to get real information. All right, so I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay, Sony has already sized down their company. Sony's company was a lot bigger. Okay, but what Sony has been doing is whatever doesn't work, they sell it off and cut it. Remember, Sony used to make computers. Do they not? Remember the Vio line? They used to sell computers. They used to sell laptops. Where are those computers and laptops now? They're gone. They sold off the buildings. They sold off the assets. Sony used to make CPUs. Sony used to make custom CPUs for their PlayStations. The PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3 used chipsets they made. Sony don't make chipsets no more. But yet we still have a PlayStation. You understand what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to say is when I look at financial, worry about the sales, I just look specifically at PlayStation. I don't really worry about how many lenses they're making for iPhone or how many cameras they sell, how many TVs they sell. Because if those divisions don't do good, Sony would just get rid of it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if the PlayStation division themselves are fucking up, now I'm worried. You know what I'm saying? If the PlayStation console doesn't sell, if PlayStation games and third party doesn't sell, now I'm worried. Because in the end, if Sony only becomes a gaming company like Nintendo, I'm cool. It's not like I buy Sony TVs. Now I feel sorry for the people that like Sony TVs. I feel for you. I just don't care. I don't really care about any other Sony product. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at financials or I look at the health of PlayStation, I specifically look at the health of PlayStation. PlayStation division themselves are making money and they do good on their own. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. They're saying PlayStation is broke. Sony's broke. Yo, They just released a PlayStation Slim, a PlayStation VR, and the Pro in the same year. That takes money. They got the Call of Duty marketing. That takes lots of money. They just got the Red Dead marketing rights. That shit takes money. They just wrote a blank check to Kojima. That takes money. They got the marketing rights to exclusively make Spider-Man games. That's dinero. You understand what I'm saying? I can't put it any other way. PlayStation is fine. Sony TV division may not be fine, but PlayStation's fine. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rico is gonna pull an Oprah. You get a pro, you get a pro, you get a pro. Shit. If I could do that, I would do that for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Right? Gonna buy Xbox S with Pro's card. Yeah, you're gonna have the collectors chasing your ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's see the next question. Porter, what do you think will happen, Sony, if the smartphone TVs go away? Because that's all they have. It'll go away. Sony, if the only thing Sony has left is PlayStation, then that's all Sony's gonna be. Sony will just be a PlayStation company. They'll be like Nintendo. Just that's all they live and die by. And I'm cool with that. Now I feel bad again because there's people who like Sony cameras, they like Sony TVs and Blu-ray players. So I feel you for your guys. But I'm not really a Sony fanboy in terms of everything electronics. I just like PlayStation. And to be honest, even that has a limit because I don't like handhelds. So I don't buy Vita. And if Sony made like the Vita 2, I'm not buying that. I'm not a handheld guy. You understand what I'm saying? I like my PlayStation console and PlayStation games. I'm gonna do it how it is. Dizzo, if you could eat anything other than meatloaf, what would it be? fucking weirdo. That's my brother-in-law. You know what I'm saying? He's the master chef and shit like that. You know how it is. I fucking eat a pork chop or pollo guisado. You know how I do. Let's see what else. Let me see if I skipped up any. Let's see. Okay, if you can have one superpower, what would it be? If I could have one superpower, what could it be? All right. If I could have one superpower, I'll tell you. I'll be honest. If I had one superpower, right, I'd take teleportation. If I had one superpower, right, that's a good question. Yo, that's random. I'm gonna answer that question. I legitimately, if I had one superpower, what would be my superpower? If I had one superpower, I'll tell you. If I had one superpower, I got it. If I had one superpower, it would be to be able to control any machine. No, not time. I'm not fucking with time. I'm not fucking. Have you seen Flashpoint? Fuck that. That ain't me. If I would to have one power, I would want to manipulate any machine or software, computers, anything that's mechanical, electronical. I'd be able to make it do what I want. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. Control any machine, software, program, make it do what I want to do. Like for instance, if I was playing Destiny, I could snap my fingers, all of a sudden I'm light level 400. That's it, boom, with a snap of a finger. And you know what I'm saying? Destiny can't detect it. Now, the reason why I'm doing this power is not because I want to be life level 400 on Destiny. It's because, all right, if you go to to the casinos, you know a lot of the slot machines are digital now. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I would be making a killing on those slot machines right now. I'll be making them shits hit the jackpot all day, every day. You know what I mean? I'll be rich, and that's it. And then also I would cheat on Call of Duty and fucking and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be perfectly headshotting every single player I meet in the game. Don't ban your ass from the strip. You know what I'm saying? I will go chunk casino and bankrupt his ass. You know, especially that huge ass slot machine they usually have in the middle of the casino. That's like $50 million fucking dollars, but nobody ever wins. Nah, motherfucker, I'm gonna win that shit. I'm gonna fucking hit that slot machine. I'm gonna hit that handle, and I'm gonna win the jackpot. What a thief! You know what I'm saying? Yo, why is it that when people think of superpowers, they always think about stealing shit? That's the reality. You know, the first thing I ask my wife, I'd be like, babe, if you woke up um to be Supergirl, what would be the first thing you do? She goes, I'll rob a bank. I'm like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to rob banks. I remember my boy Dizzo, I think it was him, he asked me, you know, if you woke up, as Superman, what would you do? You know what I told him? I told him I would go back to sleep and hope to wake up as Batman. Yeah. I'm a Batman fanboy. All right, what other questions? What other questions we got? What do I think about Scalebound? Scalebound, that shit looks dope. I like it. I like JRPGs. I like RPGs. I love RPGs. It's one of my favorite genres because you get so much gameplay out of it. You know what I'm saying? You get so many hours of gameplay, and if they do story right, it's just I just love how, you know, RPGs could build up a good story, and you just stick to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think I like Scalebound. That's one of my main reasons why I didn't buy an Xbox yet, because I'm waiting for that. I'm hoping for a Scalebound bundle. Are you gonna get Xbox for Scalebound? Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm waiting. Because they might have like a Scalebound Xbox One S bundle, for like $199, $250. You know what I'm saying? The game won't come out till next year, and Microsoft gonna drop the price. They're gonna have some crazy $200 deal with Xbox One and maybe like 2, 3 other games. Because sometimes that's one thing I say about Microsoft. Sometimes they throw like 4 or 5 games at you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a patient man. What other stuff? Somebody said something about Slim. Okay, from Brian. Question: how far do you think these vanilla Slim consoles are going to last before they're incapable of running the higher demanding games? Oh, that's simple. There won't be higher demanding games because Microsoft and Sony are going to make sure the games work on Xbox One, Xbox One S, Scorpio, and Sony's going to make sure their games work on vanilla PS4, PS4 Slim, and Pro. So every game is being built with the lower common denominator, which is the base models. These games are being built based on the vanilla architecture. And then the more powerful hardware, Scorpio and PS Pro, they're just improving those. They're just giving us better graphics. Let's just call a spade a spade. These consoles are not going to push gaming because they can't. They can't leave the vanilla models behind. Now, when next gen happens, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, when new consoles come out, that's when they're going to have to make a decision. Do they want to keep everything cross, forward, and backwards compatible, or are they going to make games specifically for the PS5 and the Xbox Infinity, whatever they want to call it? Pretty much generational consoles. Now, Microsoft says they're done with generational consoles. So, according to them, if they make a new Xbox, the Xbox Infinity, let's call it, whatever, then technically Xbox One, the games on Xbox Infinity should play on Xbox One. I don't think they're going to do that because there's no way to push gaming forward. At a certain point, the game should be at a minimum standard. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality. Okay. Sony said they don't think generational consoles is over. So I believe them. I think the PlayStation 5, it might be backwards compatible in terms of playing PlayStation 4 games, but the PlayStation 5 will not work on the 4 or the Pro. So I think that definitely will happen. Right? What else? Anything else? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Can y'all pray for me that X-ray I get on Tuesday isn't scoliosis? Yo, no doubt, HP North. My prayers with you, man. I hope it's just something not that serious. Maybe just a little bit of rehab or something. But I wish you the best of health. Loser Batman sucks, man. Batman's a shit. Stop hating. Let's see. What game are you looking forward to the most in the next couple of months? Oh man, Dr. Joe. Woo! We got Horizon. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Neo. Yo, I'm a big Onimusha fan. And the game reminds me of Onimusha with the difficulty of like Dark Souls, Demon Souls. So Neo, I gotta get that game. Resident Evil, I love the reboot. Scalebound looks dope. I like Detroit. I'm gonna get Major League Baseball Hall of Fame edition. So those are the most confirmed games. So I'm looking into that. I'm checking out Neo Automa because it's made by Platinum Games. So I think that might be an awesome game. Oh, and let's not forget Mass Effect Andromeda and For Honor on Ubisoft. So what? I named like 7, 8 games. Shit, my wife is looking at me now like you ain't buying all that. You out your mind. PR, what do you think of Crackdown 3? I would say this: Crackdown 1 was a good game. Crackdown 2 sucked ass. So I have to see more Crackdown 3. You know what I'm saying? I have to see more of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right, crazy. We big Mass Effect fans. That list is crazy, right? And my wife is like, right now, she's holding her head, like, I'm about to spend all that income tax money on games and stuff like that. Wait, PR, do you own a 360? Actually, no, I don't, because my brother-in-law, he was the 360 owner. So I was the PS3 dude. He was the 360 dude. You know what I'm saying? So we just played each other's consoles. You know what I'm saying? So I played all the games he had. Now, do I regret not buying a 360? I kind of do. No, in fact, not kind of. I actually do, because of the backwards compatibility. I never built a specific library for me. You know what I'm saying? If I done that, I would have had a backwards compatible library on Xbox One S. So I missed out on that. But he had the 360, I had the PS3, and he also had a PS3 anyway. But we just have fun. I played all the Gears. I played Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. I played Alan Wake. Did not like Alan Wake. Oh, and Dr. Joe, remember Alan Wake, Game of the Gen? Yeah, that's the whole joke with Crazy. Alan Wake, Game of the Gen. You know what I'm saying? If it's made by the Crackdown 1 guys, then okay. Then I could see Crackdown 3 might be lit. Because Crackdown 1 was dope. 2 was booty, bro. You gotta admit, 2 was booty. You know what I'm saying? But if the original devs of Crackdown 3 is 1, then I could see it being lit. You know what I'm saying? Now look out for that, because those games were fun, and stuff like that. Dr. Joe's laughing, but that was a joke and a half. Alan Wake was Game of the Gen. That shit was funny, man. Those were the days. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. But yeah, so that's my list. I have a lot of games. There's a lot of games I would love to get my hands on. It's crazy. What else? What next question do I see for you guys? Let's see if I get one more. After Alan Wake, I basically retired from the fanboy. Yeah, that pretty much, because you hyped that for a while, and that shit just, but Alan Wake is terrible. You know what I'm saying? My wife's asking me when I bought a charger. I bought that a while ago, babe. It was $10. They had it on sale for $10. So that's how I charge the controllers. I have to buy shit on the low, behind my wife's back and stuff like that. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, tune in tomorrow. I'll be on Zaire's podcast, the multiplayer podcast, aka it would be BGST version 2.0 if I wasn't on there. Shout out to Dean. Shout out to MVP. Shout out to Next Gen. Shout out to All Day Every Day. Shout out to K Mega, who's my fellow podcasters. I'll be out there putting them in check. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. And this sound. If you hear anybody use that, let them know. That 60 Frames No Lag podcast from your boy, Porter Rock 77, aka PR77, aka the Latin Assassin. Hey, anyway, y'all take care. All right, God bless.